6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Field Marshal Syed Asim Munir has briefed the President on the overall internal and external security environment of the country. The Pakistan Army thwarting an infiltration bid along the Pak-Afghan border has killed 30 Khawarij in Mamand. The Prime Minister has expressed Pakistan's desire to cement strong ties with Australia, particularly in agriculture and livestock areas. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the authorities continue to dispossess the Kashmiris of their land under various pretexts. Pakistan beat South Africa by 93 runs in the first cricket test of the two-match series at Lahore today. And now the news in detail. The President Asif Ali Zardari has expressed full confidence in the strength, valor, capacity and preparedness of the Pakistan Armed Forces. Talking to the Chief of the Army Staff, Field Marshal Syed Asim Munir in Islamabad today, he reaffirmed that Pakistan will defend its national sovereignty and territorial integrity at all costs. The Field Marshal briefed the President on the overall internal and external security environment of the country. He also apprised the President of the recent security situation arising from the aggressive and provocative actions of the Afghan Taliban regime, as well as the befitting response by the armed forces of Pakistan. The President lauded their vigilance and professionalism in defending the nation's frontiers and in swiftly repelling cross-border attacks along the Afghan border. 30 Khawarij were killed in a timely action by the Pakistan Army in Mamand. According to security sources, the Pakistan Army thwarted an attempt by the Afghan Taliban to send a large militant group into Mamand with the help of Khawarij. The purpose of sending the group was to infiltrate from the border area of Turkmanzai in Mamand and carry out acts of terrorism. The infiltration was a failed attempt after facing humiliating defeat in the face of Pakistan Army's strong response against the aggression. The operation is still ongoing and there are reports of additional Khawarij militants being neutralized. Pakistan has effectively repulsed a cowardly attack by the Afghan Taliban in Spin Boldak area of Balochistan. According to ISPR, the Afghan Taliban resorted to cowardly attack at 4 locations in the early morning. Unfortunately, the attack was orchestrated through divided villages in the area with no regard for civil population. The ISPR said the Afghan Taliban also destroyed the Pak-Afghan Friendship Gate on their side that clearly displays the mindset with regards to mutual trade and easement rights of the divided tribes. Repulsing the attack, 15 to 20 Afghan Taliban have been killed and many injured. There are reports of further build-up and staging points of Fitna al-Khawarij and the Afghan Taliban. Earlier, the Afghan Taliban and Fitna al-Khawarij tried to attack Pakistani border posts in Kuram sector in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. These attacks were effectively repulsed, causing heavy losses to the Afghan posts. 8 posts, including 6 tanks, were destroyed in the effective yet proportionate response of the Pakistani troops, while 25 to 30 Afghan Taliban and Fitna al-Khawarij fighters are suspected to have been killed. Meanwhile, the Afghan Taliban has requested ceasefire after the Pakistan Army's powerful response in Spin Boldak Chaman sector. According to security sources, the Pakistan Army is targeting the Afghan Taliban and Fitna al-Khawarij positions, neutralizing their assets. The security sources said defeated Afghan Taliban are spreading fake videos on social media, claiming to have captured the Pakistan Army's war equipment. These reports are baseless and lack truth. The security sources said the Pakistan Army is fully prepared to respond to any aggression from the Afghan Taliban and Fitna al-Khawarij. The Prime Minister Mohammad Shahbaz Sharif has voiced concern over the provocations at the Pakistan-Afghanistan border by the Afghan Taliban, Fitna al-Hindustan and Fitna al-Khawarij. In a statement, the Prime Minister paid tribute to the security forces for foiling the Afghan Taliban's attack in the Kuram sector. Shehbaz Sharif said Pakistan Army gave a strong response to the unprovoked aggression by the Afghan Taliban. The Prime Minister said the country's sovereignty will be defended at all costs. He said the use of Afghan soil for terrorist incidents in Pakistan is highly condemnable. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif says Pakistan desires strong ties with Australia, particularly in the field of agriculture, livestock and the export of high-quality meats. Talking to the outgoing High Commissioner of Australia, Neil Hawkins, in Islamabad, he appreciated Australia's constructive role in global peace efforts, particularly in the Middle East. On the economic reform, the Prime Minister expressed satisfaction over the progress made during the last 18 months in which deep-rooted structural economic reforms had been undertaken. The Australian High Commissioner congratulated the Prime Minister for Pakistan's rising diplomatic profile and its efforts for peace in South Asia, the Middle East and around the world. The Finance Minister Mohammad Aurangzeb says Pakistan's reform momentum and economic liberalization can set the stage for an East Asia moment for the country's economy. In an interview with CNBC, he underlined the steady progress Pakistan has made toward macroeconomic stability over the past year, emphasizing improvements across key indicators. He noted that the recent upgrades by all the three major global rating agencies validate the country's economic trajectory and reform agenda. Discussing the next phase of Pakistan's growth journey, he said the government is determined to break away from a historical cycle of boom and bust by shifting from an import-led to an export-led growth model. Explaining Pakistan's policy stance in the context of global trade dynamics, Mohammad Aurangzeb said Pakistan's focus is on fostering competitiveness rather than protectionism. The finance minister acknowledged strong partnership with the United States and commended the World Bank Group for supporting Pakistan's reform efforts. He reaffirmed Pakistan's commitment to sustaining reform implementation, strengthening resilience, and positioning the country on a sustainable outward-looking growth path. The All-Parties Hurriyat Conference has said the Indian Army Commander Lieutenant General Manoj Kumar Kathiar's claim of a possible Pahalgam-style attack has once again exposed India's malicious intent to stage false flag operations in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. In a statement in Srinagar, the APHC spokesman said such provocative claims are part of New Delhi's decades-old strategy to defame Pakistan and discredit the Kashmiris' indigenous freedom struggle. Meanwhile, the authorities in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir continue to seize properties and assets belonging to the locals in a systematic drive to dispossess the Kashmiris of their land under various pretexts. According to the Kashmir Media Service, the Indian regime is using such operations as a cover to strip Kashmiris of their assets and hand over prime locations to non-locals under different guises as part of broader demographic agenda. The locals in the occupied territory have expressed outrage over these actions, saying that the confiscation of homes, shops, and lands has become a routine. Cricket. Pakistan beat South Africa by 93 runs in the first cricket test of the two-match series in Lahore today. On the fourth day of the first test, chasing a victory target of 277 runs, South Africa in the second innings were bowled out for 183 runs. The final scores: Pakistan 378 and 167 runs, South Africa 269 and 183. Pakistan's Noman Ali was declared man of the match for taking 10 wickets in the match. In the ICC Women's World Cup, the match between Pakistan and England has been delayed due to rain in Colombo. Before the weather interrupted, The play, England women were 79 runs for the loss of 7 wickets in 25 overs. Earlier, Pakistan women won the toss and elected to field first. And finally, the weather report. Dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while cold conditions are likely in northern areas during the next 12 hours. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.